Guys, good to be back out here and really getting ready to play what I think is a very good Utah State team. Did a great job versus Weber State last week. I really think our preparation is very important, and I love how the kids came out and competed. Got a mad football team right now. Wish we could play today, to be honest with you, but it was ultra competitive out here today, which is a good sign for as a head coach. Really, we've got a lot of work to do to prepare for this football team. They present challenges. I think their quarterback, Kent Myers, is one of those dual threat quarterbacks that always has the ability not only to runs created for him, but his ability to create. He all of a sudden, you look at him, he's looking downfield, and then he takes off and he's running for 20 yards. Then Devontae Mays, the running back, I think is special. I think the kid's going to play in the NFL. Watching him, I thought both those two kids did a dynamic job last week of running the football. We'll have a tremendous challenge, and as you saw today, we worked a lot on it today in the run game, that and play action. Defensively, just really impressed with the 3-4 package that they have. Reminded in 2013 when we played them, all the pressures coming from everywhere, and they did it last week. They have a very impressive 3-4 blitz package that creates a lot of movement at all times. So whether it's field pressure, boundary pressure, safety pressure, corner pressure, it's something that not only is the quarterback going to have to recognize, but the offensive line is going to have to be able to say, you know what, you're showing me a look, it's not what I'm going to get, something's going to change. So very important for us. As far as issues and injuries, I have really nothing new to report on Osa and Don. The university is allowing them to go to class, practice, and meet, but they will not participate in the game this week. Injury-wise, Noah Jefferson's out right now with a shoulder sprain that we're trying to rehab, AC sprain. Quentin Powell had illness today, so he was sick, he was out. Taylor McNamara got a little bit of an ankle today. Doesn't look like too terribly bad, but we did pull him. Khalil Rogers has a little bit of a hamstring. I think he'll be back later in the week, but we'll see. And then Toa Lobendon, as you can see, we held back today. He's got some swelling on his good knee, not the knee that had surgery, but got rolled up on the second series in the game and got some swelling, so we pulled him. And it was good to have Jamel Cook back out here, in pads, and he bring him along. He got a little bit of the service period and a little bit of individual, about 30 minutes worth of work as we progress him further. So with that, I'll take any questions that you might have.
You didn't see Don out here today? Was that anything to do with his status?
No, Don was out. He was on the service team today. He was in the black shirts. Okay. Yes.
Is there a timetable on Noah?
It's going to be close, just being honest. He's pretty sore right now. I'm hoping to get him back late in the week, but it was pretty sore this morning.
How do you control a mad team and keep it from spilling over Juju?
I would rather have it like that, to be honest with you, than the other. What you're always scared of is all of a sudden you have a huge game, and then you come back and you're a little lackadaisical. These guys they're really a mad football team right now, and they're really ready to play. Saturday can't get here quick enough for us. There's some things that we got to correct offensively and defensively, whether it was a couple big plays defensively, being able to control a quarterback run-driven offense that we're going to see this week, and offensively just shoring up some missed assignments that we had that will hopefully help our run game. But right now, I like the place that they're in because it is ultra competitive. When it's not ultra competitive, then you start to worry. But today was every play mattered, and that's what you appreciate as a coach.
What sparked the scuffle over there with Juju?
It was dang. Juju reminds me so much of Marquise Lee, and both of the two most competitive men I've ever seen in my life. And when you have that much passion and that much competitiveness, sometimes it spills over. It's one of those things that he does a great job in games and gets out here. But I'll say it again, it was the same for Marquise. Every day is a game to that kid, and that's what I appreciate about him. Scuffles happen in football practice, and we're all brothers out here. Everybody hugged up and went on, but I like the competitiveness that we had.
One of the things T said is after Marquise had the big Blitnikoff year in 2012, that teams were really focused on him in 2013, and the way teams are reacting to Juju now is similar to that. Do you see that as well?
Yeah, definitely. You could see it in the Alabama game, and there's things that we've had to do, whether it was Woody, whether it was Marquise, whether it was Nelson, the things that you have to do to be able to free him up and get the ball in his hands. And the good thing is we've been doing it a long time, and we'll put it in that situation, put him in those situations to be able to get the ball in his hands, whether that's moving him around in different spots. We'll be able to do that.
Receivers like that, is it hard to keep them from not getting frustrated when they're competitive?
Oh, they're always frustrated. They're always the best of the best want the ball every time, and that's what you want. I mean, the great ones. I don't care if you're a basketball player, a football player, a baseball pitcher. You want the ball. You want the ball in your hands, and if you don't get it, obviously it's frustrating. It's a natural part of the game for that elite a level of player. I mean, it's natural. It happens all the time. I had to deal with it 752 times with Woody and Marquise, and now you got Juju. Nelly was the same way too.
What kept you from being able to do it against Alabama, to do those things that would free him just a little bit?
I think a little bit of being able to move him around, whether it's motioning, putting him in the slot a little bit more, getting him on safeties and linebackers rather than the corner with the safety overhang, things like that we can be able to do and will do moving forward.
What stopped you from doing it against Alabama?
Did a little bit of it, but at the end of the day, there were some one-on-one opportunities out there that you did see that we happened to get one to Darius, and then we missed another one, and Max saw that matchup out there and took it. It was one of those things that hopefully we'll do more of, Dan, and that's what you do as a coach. You learn from a mistake and you move on.
In what ways? Early on in the Tuesday 1 versus 2 period, it was more intense than normal. Coaches were kind of getting after the players for 2. Yeah. Do you think that was like more intense than you've seen before?
Yeah, when you're mad, you show it. I challenged them in the team meeting that, hey, you're gonna see a coaching staff that coaches as hard as they can with as much energy as they can. I want the same thing from you. We're in a mindset right now, just like we took last year, that every game is a championship game. Because you're playing a Utah State team that's a good team, and then you're getting into Pac-12 play, and every game is going to matter. And so I love the way they approached today. I love the way the staff approached it. I love the way the players approached it. That's what happens when you just suffer a pretty good loss, and then you're sleeping on your dang couch and you're waking up grumpy. That's what you want for a staff and players. And I was very appreciative of the day how they competed.
One more. Can you kind of assess how the offensive line played?
Watching the tape, I thought a couple things. I thought a little bit of assignment cues that need to be fixed. Had a couple physical beats. That we need to shore up. Though, if you do those 2 things a couple times in a game, it's vivid. I mean, you can see it. So I would think both assignment and physicality.
Kirk Herbstreit said today he felt like the team kind of gave up in the 3rd quarter. Did you sense that was the case?
No, I challenged them that to make sure that each play matters. And when I look at Adore Jackson running a guy down, I didn't see a guy that let up at all. That it looked like he was running 10-3. Looked like he was in the Pac-12 championship meet. And I saw guys that competed to the very end. I think that everybody has their opinion. Everybody has a set of eyes. I know this football team, and I don't think they'll ever stop fighting. I mean, I really don't. I think you're going to see a team that comes out and plays their hearts out. Again.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, guys.